Hey there YouTube. Today I'm going to show you how to mix some Keracolor Unsanded Grout. First step is you want to look at the directions. The directions are nice. And you're going to want to see how much you're going to need based on this chart. Basically, I'm going to do half the bag. It's not going to require half the bag, but by using half the bag or 5 pounds, I know for a fact that I can screw it up and do it again. It says for the whole bag to use 48 to 54 ounces. Since I'm using half the bag, obviously I'm going to use 24 to 27. Yeah, 24 to 27 ounces. So I measured it out to 24 ounces, and then I can add up to 3 ounces as necessary while still following the manufacturer's directions. Alright, you're going to want a mask for this. A cotton one will work, like a cheap paper one. But you're going to want to put on some type of mask because this stuff is bad to breathe. So, I'm going to add some water to it first, because you don't want any dry spots in the bottom of the bucket. Then, I'm going to zero out my scale so I make sure that I get exactly 5 pounds. You can do this by eye, and it'll be pretty close, but I'm doing it exactly to show you the consistency it's supposed to be. Also, you want to mix the bag. I'm going to knead the bag, like so. But preferably you'd want to put this into a separate container and dry mix it, but I do not have another bucket to dry mix it. I'd say it's mixed. Alright. Remember to put your mask on. Alright, that's 5 pounds. Then I'm using a hand trowel. Work it around. As you're doing this, be sure to keep rotating the bucket, and it'll act kind of like a cement mixer, is all. And it'll help you mix itself by rolling over itself. Now with this white grout, I'm being careful not to scratch the bucket too much because I don't want little green plastic bits all over my white grout too. If I was thinking, I would have used a white bucket. Alright, so I think this is about where I want it. I want to keep it on the drier side of things since I don't want it to drip. So you'll have the trowel here, and when you tip it upside down, it shouldn't fall off. Especially non-sanded. It's more like a paste or a putty than sanded. Sanded might fall off at this point, but see how slow that fell off there? This is unsanded's almost like drywall paste or drywall mud. Anyway, so now we have to set up a timer and let this slake sit basically for 5 or 10 minutes, and then you're going to remix it to redistribute and just make sure that it doesn't have any wet or dry spots in here after 10 minutes. Alright, I have to wait. So, it's set for 5 minutes exactly, and I'm going to remix it so you can see the consistency. Some people like to let it set for 10 minutes, but since I took so long to mix it, I didn't use like a tool, I figured it's long enough. Like I didn't use a drill to mix it. And it's feeling pretty good. I feel like it's going to hold its form, but at the same time not be horrible to use. Alright, here's the consistency. Flick it. Flick it. Flick it. There you go. Alright, let's go put it on the wall. Here's the wall that we're doing. It's a mosaic. We're going to use the non-sanded here in the mosaic because it'll scratch the crap out of the tiles. Whereas down here, we wanted to use the sanded, the normal Keracolor S, because it's stronger. And I'm using this softer sponge that I got at Lowe's instead of a rubber gum float because I used one of these, not this exact one because it stained it, but I used one of these on the grout lines here for the 12 by 24 and I really like the profile that it left. I like it kind of indented a little bit and not perfectly flush with the tile so much. So that's why I'm going to use this, and I think it'll look really good. But here we go. Oh, and we also already sealed these tiles with tile sealer for stone because there's some marble in here. And now when we set these, we did not use a 1/4 inch hardy backer in addition to the 1/2 inch hardy backer to make these spaced evenly. We tried to build it up and you can see how it doesn't work very well. So I would recommend not trying to build up the mortar behind this because it made it uneven. You can't tell on the camera, but in person I can see that it kind of dips in here where the mosaic is and back up.
We're learning.
We're learning. And you want to push, especially with the glass, I want to really make it strong because these little pieces are going to want to fall out. I'm giving it a real good push to get it into the joint. And that's another reason why I like this rubber one, because I don't have to worry about cracking a piece of glass because it's basically just like a piece of sponge. See how deep this tile is? We screwed up there. Wow. Oh, diagonal. Alright, and there's one of the little green specks right now. Right in the grout. See right there. A piece of plastic off that stupid bucket. And this is the finished product.